Well, when you go to the dentist's office, you likely don't expect your life to be put in danger.
Yeah, but one Utah family says they know all too well the shock of when a seemingly routine dental procedure has some fatal consequences.
Jeremy Harris investigated how cases of deadly dental procedures are handled here in Utah.
It was in June 2014, a 22-year-old college student went under sedation at a dental clinic in Provo and never woke up. Tonight, we're not only hearing his family's story, but also a warning of what you might not know about your dentist.
So we had a typical brother relationship. I would tease him, he'd cry to mom.
Robert and Jared Wakefield were brothers, separated by only 4 years. Robert, a mentor and friend to 22-year-old Jared, who was in college and working as a manager at Domino's as he pursued his goal of becoming a youth therapist.
At the point where we were starting to get life figured out and knew the direction he wanted to go, and now it was a matter of getting there.
But Jared would never get there. A distressing call to Robert's phone changed everything.
Jared's had an accident, he's not well, it's a big deal, he's going to the hospital.
Robert didn't know what went wrong or how a trip to the dentist office ended with his brother now on the brink of death.
You've never even heard of something like this happening. So for it to go from, hey, he's in a dental procedure to he's dead, it's like, no, that can't happen.
Jared had come here to the Smile Center Dental Clinic in Provo. Dr. Dennis Bloom was performing a tooth extraction with Jared under sedation. State investigative documents outline a timeline of what happened next. At some point around 4 p.m., Jared began coughing. A piece of gauze had apparently gone down his throat and he started choking.
911.
At 4:19 p.m., a 911 call went out requesting immediate help at the dentist's office. At 4:22, the paramedics arrived, and at 4:42, Jared was rushed into Utah Valley Hospital.
The likelihood of him being okay was like 1 in a million. He had gone 37 minutes from the time he stopped breathing to the time they got his heart going again.
The Wakefield family waited on edge for word from doctors, but 2 days later, they directed medical staff to prepare Jared's organs for donation after he was declared brain dead.
It was just kind of an emptiness, you know?
But the shock of what happened was just beginning for Robert.
And I was like, well, how does that even happen, you know?
State investigators looked at the case and they called the dentist's actions grossly incompetent or grossly negligent. State charging documents outline a series of violations took place during the procedure before Jared died. For example, investigators said Dr. Bloom did not count how many pieces of gauze went in Jared's mouth, nor did he attach a string to the gauze that went in the back of the mouth, which could have been pulled out when Jared started choking.
I thought it was a freak thing when he died, and then to try to dig in and do some research and be like, oh my gosh, this is super common.
He found cases like his brother's in other states, but how common are cases like this in Utah? Well, it might be tough to tell.
Nobody's tracking it. Here in Utah, it's not tracked.
The State Division of Occupational and Professional Licensing regulates Utah dentists. Anytime there is injury or death during a procedure, dentists have 30 days to report it to DOPL. In a public records request, we asked state investigators at DOPL how many cases of injury or death during dental procedures they have dealt with in the last 6 years. In response, they told us they don't keep track, saying there are no statistics about death or injury. They pointed us to their website where you can type in the name of a dentist and check to see if they have had any disciplinary actions taken against them. Going through records for the last year, we found at least 5 dentists who've been disciplined by the state for a variety of reasons, but most for abusing prescription drugs. After Jared Wakefield's case, Dr. Bloom was given a $2,500 fine, banned from ever doing dental procedures involving general anesthesia, required to take a class on emergency medicine, and his license was publicly reprimanded. He remains a practicing dentist.
You assume they're all held to a certain level of care and you're safe wherever you go.
Robert says he forgives the dentist who oversaw his brother's procedure, but he says he is now a fierce advocate for accountability in dentistry and warns people to not assume their dentist has a spotless record.
If you're a parent and you've got a 3-year-old kid that needs to go to the dentist, and something like this had happened, you'd want to know about it.
Now, we spoke to Dr. Bloom's attorney who told us Dr. Bloom's care was, quote, appropriate in all respects. There is a pending civil case for Jared's death. There is also a state case pending against the anesthesiologist who was assisting in Jared's procedure. We have links posted on our website where you can check with the state about your dentist.
Jeremy, great story. Thank you so much.